This is the door panel set for the Jaguar S Type and 420 models. We sell it as a set of front and rear door panels, as well as materials to retrim your armrest and pocket areas. So the front and rear door panels are both cut out of hardboard on our CNC, so they are millimetre perfect. They have all of the fixing holes, as you can see. I'll go into further detail in seconds. And then they also feature the embossed weld line patterns here. So the Jaguar S Type 420s had two sets of 4 weld lines here, and then also a singular one at the top there. So let's go into a bit more detail. You've got the front door panels. So you've got the embossed pattern here. I'll go in a bit closer so you can see. So it's got 4 there, and then a gap and a singular one there. These have been made out of vinyl as original. We can also make these out of leather if you prefer. You get the pocket flap fully trimmed up and elasticated on there. Let's grab the turned over one here. So all cut out on our CNC out of hardboard, so you have all of the fixing mounting holes around the outside. There are also fixing holes underneath this leading edge here. You just have to locate them and pin them through. We do that deliberately. It's not original for the cars, but it looks better. The door semi-overhangs at the front, and so it means that when the door is open, you can actually see down. So we suggest covering that up. It looks nicer and also helps the water drain over the material as opposed to the hardboard. So you get all the fixings. You get the elasticated bit for the pockets here, all stapled round. Obviously always look for our stamp here. We leave the top edge as a flap, so that it means when you're attaching it to the car, you can get a nice neat finish around the door top area. So that is the front door panels. Rear door panels, a bit more simplistic again. Everything is CNC'd out in terms of fixing holes and the holes that will be needed for attaching the pocket armrests, etc. So obviously get all the embossed weld patterns as with the front doors. Something to mention as well, what we also do, this is both for the front and rear doors, is you get this rubber D over on this edge here. That again is original, so basically when you trim it to the car, you put it around like that and you get that protrusion there. So that is the set of the actual panels. Now, materials, loose materials for the pockets and armrests. The majority of them are just pre-cut materials to a certain shape. On the front doors, you just get those pointy torpedo style armrests. So we can supply a bit of material for retrimming that. Alternatively, we can supply brand new fully trimmed up armrests. So that's a lot of the loose materials there are for mainly the rears and a couple of bits for the front. And then for the rears, obviously you get those big armrest pockets. These are materials to retrim these, so pre-sewn with piping, etc. And then lots of small little loose bits that help with the slightly fiddly bits around, you know, the ashtray openings and things like that. Again, we can get hold of brand new molded versions of those armrest pockets, and for an extra price we can also trim those up for you, but they are sold separately to the actual front and rear door pocket set. You just get materials to retrim those as part of this set. Anything over and above, either for the front or for the rear, is an optional extra.